Welcome to the committee, and glad you're here to assume, hopefully, this role and responsibility.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. And if I may submit my testimony in writing for the record, and if I may, Madam Chair, just address the committee directly.
Go ahead. Yes.
First of all, I want to thank my family, my spouse of going on 50 years, Grace, our daughter, Nan Ellen, and virtually joining us from Orlando, our son, Bill Jr. I want to thank the co-panelists here, and congratulations to you and everything that the two of you, Ms. Khan, Ms. Kiernan, that you have already accomplished. It's very impressive. Thanks to my former colleagues. There's a catch in my throat when I think about the wonderful times that I have had with you all, and the friendships that have been bred over the 18 years that I was privileged to serve here. And so your comments are just so gratefully received. But now we have a big task ahead of us. And if you all decide that you're going to confirm me, I look forward to this with gusto and with enthusiasm. There's a lot of excitement going on in NASA right now, and you all have seen it. You've seen it a couple of days ago with the flight of the little helicopter on a celestial body some 80 to 100 million miles away, depending on the orbits that Earth and Mars are in. You've seen it, as stated by the chairman and the ranking member, of the return of American astronauts launching on American vehicles from American soil. Later this year, we're going to see it in the launch of the James Webb Telescope, a $9 billion instrument on top of an Ariane rocket situated at the equator at the European Space Agency's launch center in French Guiana. You're going to see that telescope replacing the Hubble that has already opened up so many new things to us in the universe. And it's going to look back in time almost to the beginning of the source of light, millions and millions and billions of light years away. It's an exciting time. And at the end of the year, perhaps early next year, you're going to see the largest rocket ever, most powerful, launched, that is going to be the workhorse on the program of going back to the moon and then on to Mars, which was a multi-administration project. These projects are not one administration. They're many. It's like building an aircraft carrier. You start it and it'll take you years down the road, and it has to be continued regardless of who's in the majority, regardless of who's in the presidency. And so too, we are seeing this, and we will see the fulfillment of these programs. And so if you ask me what is my vision for the future of NASA, it is to continue for us to explore the heavens with humans and with machines. And there is a lot of excitement. Now, corollary to that is the fact of look at what in developing machines that can take humans and robots out to explore. Look at what is being developed in technology and science and engineering and mathematics. First of all, you're going to see a spin-off of a generation of newly educated young people. Think back to the Apollo program and think about how that rippled through several generations of young people in STEM that made us technologically the most advanced of all the nations on the planet. That can be happening again. And pressing the envelope on the edges of science and discovery. Look what is happening. Think of the spin-offs that is coming out of this for our everyday lives. I've got to reach into my pocket here and tell you, just recently I was reminded of one of the greatest spin-offs. It's the camera in here, now used by billions of people on the planet. This camera was developed for the Earth observing satellites that NASA has built and has operated. And I could go through so many other things. The Canadian arm, first on the space shuttle and then now on the space station. Those robotics. Think of the robotic surgery that I venture to say some members of this committee may have already experienced, including your witness. That has all been a spin-out of NASA technology. Madam Chair, I am mindful of your time. I could keep going on, and it's hopefully in print in my opening statement that I've submitted to you. I'm going to stop right there. I want to hear from these other distinguished folks. Thank you for the privilege. I want to say one other thing. I think the fact that Marco and Kay would make a statement tells you a lot about NASA. Hopefully it tells you something about me in trying to bring people together regardless of party, to build consensus in order to get something done. I want to thank Jim Bridenstine, the former administrator, who did a remarkable job under difficult circumstances. And as a result, he became very popular in NASA. I want to thank him for his friendship, his very gracious comments to me. And so that's the spirit of NASA, to keep us going in a bipartisan, indeed nonpartisan way. In this regard, NASA is like the Department of Defense. There should be no partisanship as we venture forth exploring new horizons. Thank you for the privilege of being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Senator Nelson. Thank you for your enthusiasm.
All right, everybody, we wanted to hear from Bill Nelson himself there. This is the nomination hearing for him to be the NASA administrator. We are going to entirely switch gears right now, take you out to Washington, D.C., the celebration of life for former Representative Congressman Alcee Hastings from